should already have one.
I was in here yesterday.
No, this is from like last week. Okay? And if I'm out of them, I'll have some more tomorrow. Okay, so the last thing we're gotta do is how do you calculate how much time it takes? And this requires that you use logarithms. So I'm going to give you a quick refresher on logarithms. Okay, so this is, let's see, compound interest. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's see, compound interest. Compound interest. Okay, and it's finding time periods using logarithms. Finding time periods using logs. Okay, so you got to know what a logarithm is. And this would have been something that you did back in Algebra 2. Okay, with Carlin or Carter. All right, so what a logarithm is. Okay, here's how, this is why you need to have logs. Okay, pay attention over there. Hey, you. Turn off the cartoons. You know what logs are? You don't? Then pay attention. All right. So here's why we got logs. Okay. So if I gave you like a simple problem like this, x plus 2 equals 10, and I said solve that. Okay. Well, that's pretty easy, right? You subtract 2 from both sides, and you get your answer. X equals 8. So what this means is you were adding and you had to undo it using subtraction. So subtracting undoes addition. Okay. All right. If I was subtracting, I'd undo it using addition. So if I had this and I had to solve it, you do this to both sides. Okay. And I'd end up with x is 12. So to undo subtracting, we added. So adding, okay, undoes subtracting. All right. Then back in 7th grade, you learned, well, what if it was 2x equals 10? Okay, how do you undo that? You divide both sides by 2. All right, and you get x is 5. So you had, this meant times, so you undid it using division. Okay, and then the last type is if you had division, then the way you got rid of that division was you multiply, because they undo each other. So then this is, x is 20. So multiplying, whoops, this one should have been the other way around. Okay, dividing undoes multiplying, and here, multiplying undoes division. Okay, all right. Now, what if you had something like this? Okay, 2 to the what power is 10? And how do you get what that number is? So now what's happening, you see the unknown is in the exponent. So you could kind of guess, you could take your calculator, okay, do 2, and then see, like, okay, what's 2 to the 3rd power? 8, okay. All right, what's 2 to the 4th power? 16. I want it to be 10. So maybe 2 to the something in between, like 3.5 power. Oh, that's 11. I'm getting warmer. Okay, 2 to the 3.4 power. Ooh, now I'm getting closer. And I could keep just guessing here until I could get as close as possible. Okay, but that's what we're trying to do. So in order to undo, this is called an exponent, okay, to undo this exponent, we are going to use logs. So here we write logs undo exponents. So the way that you can solve this is using logarithms, okay? All right, so let's solve this using logs. Okay, so I got 2 to the x is equal to 10. All right, so I want to get this x all alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. Okay, so I do the log to the left side, and it looks like this. Log 2x equals, and then I log the right side, 10. All right. Now, one of the rules of logarithms, so this is called the power rule, or I call it the basketball rule, because it's this x is going to move out in front here. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite, just write this down, rewrite log 2 to the x as x times log 2. They're the same thing. So you see this x just moves down there. Okay, so I'm going to have x log 2 equals log 10. All right, now this means there's a little multiply right here. So to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by log 2.
Teachers, please excuse the interruption. At this time, please release all softball girls to the front of the gym. Again, all softball girls to the front of the gym.
Okay, so the left side by log 2 and the right side by log 2. All right, so these cancel. And now I got x equals, and I do this on my calculator. Okay, so to do that on my calculator, okay, I type in log, that's this key right here, log, and then a 10, close the parentheses. Now divide it by log 2, close the parentheses, and there's your answer. Okay, so this is the power that I needed. And I rounded it a little bit. Yeah. Now, here's how you know it works. If I take 2 and I go exponent, second answer, it's going to do 2, and it's going to put this as the exponent, and I get 10. So this is the exponent that you need to put on 2 to make 10. Okay, let's try another one here. And then we'll do the ones that have to do with your class. All right, so let's go solve. All right, and this time it's going to look like this. It's going to be, let's do 2 times 3 to the x equals 12. So as soon as you see x in the exponent, okay, you got a variable in the exponent, that's telling you you're going to use logs. Okay, this is how you know you're going to use logs. If that x isn't in the exponent, then I don't worry about it. I'm not using logs. All right, so what you got to do first is you want to get this all alone. Okay, like this 2 and the x was all alone. So before I do anything, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. 3 to what power is 6? So if you did 3 to the second power, that's 9. That's too big. Okay, 3 to the 1.5 power, that's 5. I'm getting closer. 3 to the 1.6 power, getting closer. 3 to the 1.7 power. Oh, now I'm too big. So I could keep doing that until I get exactly 6, and hopefully I could, wouldn't take me too long. So we should end up with an answer pretty close to 1.7, a little bit smaller. All right, so here you go. Log both sides. Okay, so log 3x equals log 6. All right. Now rewrite the left side. The x goes out in front. Okay, so this is going to be x log 3 equals log 6. All right. Okay, now divide both sides by log 3. Log 3, log 3. Okay. Do that on your calculator and you're going to get something real close to 1.7. Okay, so log 6 divided by log 3. Yep, 1.63, etc., etc. So I'm going to round this to 163. And if I checked it, 2 times 3 to the second answer, and I should get 12, and I do. So that's what logs are for, logarithms. All right, now these are the types that we're going to do 3 of the problems. There's 6 problems on your math Excel. we're going to do the first 3 together, and you're going to do the remaining 3. Okay, so if you want to open up your Math Excel, I'll take you through how to do those. All right, now what we do this is A is going to be how much money we're looking to do. So what I'm going to do, if I want to triple P. So I'm going to take out the letter A, and I'm going to write in its place 3 times P. Okay. So that right there triples my money. If it was doubles, I'd put 2p. All right. Then I got 1 plus, okay, my APR is 0.074, and it's only compounding once. N is 1, APR is 0.74. Okay, and we don't, N is 1, so that's just a 1 right up there, times Y. Or Y is in the exponent. So this is the key right here. Your variable is the exponent. So we're going to use logs to solve it. Okay. So before we do any logarithms, what we got to do is kind of simplify this sum. All right, so this is going to be 3p equals p times 1.074y. Okay, now, before I take the log of both sides, I want to get this all by itself. Okay, so I've got to undo multiplying by p by dividing by p. Those become 1, that becomes 1, and so now it's this. That's just like on this one where we had to divide by 2 first before we could take the logs. Okay, now you're going to log both sides. So log them. Okay, now I can rewrite this. It's going to be y times log 1.074. Okay, and now I'm going to divide both sides. By do this on your calculator. So here we go, log 3, whoops. And there's your answer. So this is 15.88 dot dot dot. And what we did on Math Excel, we always got to round this up. Okay, so this is going to become 16 years. Okay, so that's what 16 years for my money to triple. All right, now this next one, guys, is going to work just the same way, except your money is only growing by 50%. Okay, so you're going to solve it just like this one. You're just going to change how you write P and 3P. Okay, otherwise it's almost the same problem. Okay, so this is number 2. You use your numbers. This is how you're going to write it. Okay? Instead of writing 3P, that tripled it. Okay? 50% means I'm going to multiply it by 1.5. So I'm going to have 1.5P equals P 1 plus 0.062 over 1. So it's just 0.062. I don't need to put it over 1 because it's not going to change it. And then this is going to be 1 times the number of years. Okay, okay, because do you remember when we learned about percentages? Right, if something increased 50%, we multiplied it by 1.5. Yep. So that's where that came from. So this would be the same as a 50% increase by multiplying it by 150%, basically. Okay, and now the steps are the same. Divide by P. Take the log of both sides. Okay, so I'll write them over here. Divide by P. So those are gone. And this is 1.062. Wow. Okay. Now log both sides. Bless you. Okay, and then we're going to rewrite this log. So y log 1.062. step. And that you're going to take, and for these finance problems, you're always rounding up. So we go log 1.5 divided by log 60. And there's your answer. So mine's going to take 6-7 years. Okay, does anybody need help on that before we do the last one? Okay, so log 80. So mine would take 70 years. Mm-hmm. Round up, yep. Because if we rounded it down, there wouldn't be enough years. Yes. Sure.
So when I got